Curriculum Radio. We tune in for you.
And now, start the new week with laughs, entertainment, news, and more. This is Em&Trev, your week starter podcast.
Good day everyone. It's the start of another new week on Curriculum, and we've got a perfect lineup for today. In a bit, we'll discuss the season finale week of TEG 1994's PBS logo bloopers, and also a very special someone that has become a major talking point on this channel. Stay tuned.
All your favorite podcasts are in the right place. This is Curriculum Radio.
The following program is rated 13.
Hello everyone, it is January 29th, 2024. We have officially made it to the last Monday of January, as we approach to February.
Wow, I can't believe we made it through a month. That's insane.
But do you know what's more insane than this? Next month will be February 29th, also known as leap year. If you don't know what it is, the intercalary day that usually occurs every 4 years is called the leap day and is created by adding an extra day to February. This day is added to the calendar in leap years as a corrective measure because the Earth does not orbit the Sun in precisely 365 days.
So that's pretty rare that we can see a February 29th. That's interesting. We last saw it in 2020, right?
Yeah. 2024 is also when the Summer Olympics kick off in Paris, which will be held between July 26th and August 11th.
Man, I'm so excited for the Olympics. But continuing with the topic, we got Engarian Olympic athlete Mark Hafford as he returns for the first time since he was disqualified in 2016 due to a doping scandal. So Mark, thank you for coming to our studio today.
Pleasure to be here.
So Mark, how do you feel about returning for the first time in 8 years?
It feels good to be participating in the Olympics again, which really meant a lot to me. I've been participating in every Summer Olympics since 2004, and I showed my family how much I'm proud of them. I am a professional fencer, and everyone calls me the Great Engarian Champion. However, things didn't go out so well when I was too weak to beat out my French opponent in the 2012 Summer Olympics in London. I kept losing, and my family didn't get why. Neither did I. So, I decided to take steroid drugs and others to keep myself strong. However, a friend of mine reported this to the Engarian Olympics Committee and disqualified me from the Olympics in 2016. A year later, I overdosed on drugs, and I honestly thought I was going to die. It was pure hell. Fortunately, I managed to talk to a member of the Drugs Anonymous who helped me overcome my drug problem, and I spent 3 years in rehab.
Wow, what a story. You sure have been through hard times while you were in rehab, right?
Yes, but in 2020, I finally became clean and I'm no longer a drug addict, and I no longer mention the drugs, or even use them obviously. I was getting ready for the Summer Olympics in Tokyo, but it got postponed due to COVID-19, so it was pushed to 2021, which is when I returned for the first time since my rehab. Now, with the Paris Olympics coming up, I am thrilled to take part in the year's biggest sports event. And let's hope I can get as many medals as I can. That's all I could say.
Thank you, Mark. It's been nice talking to you.
No problem.
Now, let's talk about TEG 1994's PBS logo bloopers. As I promised, in case you didn't know, it's the final week of season 23, which means that season 24 could be coming up very soon. Cliffhangers have been a tradition of the logo blooper series since the show celebrated its 300th episode in March last year, and is the first such logo blooper series to have end-of-season cliffhangers. No other logo blooper series has ever done this. Last season's cliffhanger wasn't exactly as exciting as I thought it would be, but this time we hope we can see something dramatic happening. What do you think will be?
I'm not sure, but I do have a lot of predictions, and no, I'm not into the spoiler business. I'm just guessing, but here's this one thing that I'm interested about. So, you may know that Watt and Lydia are TEG 1994's super couple. despite what being a child and Lydia being a teen, which is, well, understandable. Earlier in the season, we saw Rigby joining the cast. Yes, the same bloke you saw in the Yellowverse, so I'm predicting that there's gonna be another family drama for Lydia. Exactly what's gonna happen to her, I don't wish to comment.
I have another prediction too. It's about the Believers. If you want to know what it is, it's a cult that is, well, similar to the light that wanted to watch La La Land burn. But the Believers, however, it's completely different. It's not just a cult, but also a mafia organization. I mean, wow, how can a cult be a mafia at the same time? Half cult, half mafia. But let's just have a history of the cult. Last December, we saw Sidney Marler as a priest who helped with Lydia's exorcism, and is in a relationship with Amity Blythe shortly after Luz's suicide. Luz had an affair with Sidney, before Amity won him back. Now, what many people don't know is that Sidney is actually the leader of the cult. He is plotting to have his vengeance against the Blooper Center, but exactly what he's going to do, well, we'll just have to wait and see what happens in the season finale. We don't know much details about the season finale week, so do stay tuned to this channel and see what is going on.
Now, let's talk about a problem that has been circulating on curriculum since last week. It's Ladybird Lou. Yes, that's right. You know, we just said her name. But really, who the heck is Ladybird Lou? She is the main character of the Cartoonito series, Lou and the Bally Bunch. It has been airing in some countries like the UK, New Zealand, Australia, and some other countries in Europe, like Hungary, but it hasn't premiered in the US yet. This show has a pretty small fandom, but I bet it's gonna have a lot of attention when curriculum continues to deal with the Ladybird Lou situation. For more on that, we got Curriculum Norman, yes, the show's creator himself, to discuss that. So Norman, how exactly did you get into that Ladybird Lou thing?
It wasn't really my idea, but many years ago, when Cartoonito was about to be launched in the US, I noticed that one show that would be launched in the future. It's called Ladybird Lou. Yes, that was the show's original name, but I didn't really care about it since I'm not really into baby shows. Then, 2 years later, Lou and the Bally Bunch premiered, and I still didn't care about it since I never heard of it before. Now, when 2024 came, I realized that Ladybird Lou started existing on my channel, beginning with Yellow Cast. I was like, what? Why is she here? How did she get into my channel in the first place? I know I hate Lou and the Bully Bunch, in my opinion, but I don't even understand why she rose to prominence. The only reason why I hate this show is because, well, everyone cries. Not a little, a lot. But do you guys remember this show called Wanda and the Alien?
Maybe?
In 2015, Wanda and Alien have been appearing in a majority of my videos, and they're infamous for their laughing and other crap. That was when the axe fell on them in November, but they have since come back in 2023. Unfortunately, they don't appear as often as how they originally did, but they're still villainous and evil. This show had a really small fandom back then, until many years later. I think it's because of how I handled the Wanda and the Alien situation which caused my fans to go on about Wanda and the Alien. Now, Ladybird Lou has become a rather different subject, so I wanted to investigate clearly about her. But if you look at 2023, we saw many high-profile cartoons debuting and ending, and I have some examples. One of them include the introduction of Kif, the conclusion of the Owl House, which was my favorite Disney cartoon, the rise of Work It Out Wombats, etc. So many fans would think, what exactly does Ladybird Lou want from me? I don't know, but I'd rather not talk more about her because it's giving me the chills.
Thank you, Norman.
And that wraps up this week's episode of Em&Trev. We'll see you again on the same schedule next week. Stay tuned for Wednesday's Yellow Cast and Boomerang Days. Friday it's Yellow Cast again and Raffle Cast, and this Saturday will once again be Yellow Cast. Oh, and speaking of which, Wednesday's episode of Yellow Cast will finally reveal the 4th presenter, so stay tuned for the new episode later this week. Can't wait. But anyway, that's all for now, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye everyone, and enjoy the rest of the week.
Curriculum Radio was owned by Curriculum Entertainment and all of its content belongs to their respective owners. All rights reserved.